Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Hauschel, and I am the Program Assistant at PreventionFIRST. And joining me is...
Thank you for having me, Lauren. My name is Jessica Skelton. I serve as a tobacco resource expert here on behalf of Hamilton County Public Health.
So today we're going to talk about some of the common questions we get about vapes in a short Q&A video. So we can go ahead and get started. So Jessica, can you describe what nicotine and a vaping device is in a few sentences?
Sure. So nicotine is basically a naturally occurring, or it can also be synthetically developed, but it is an addictive substance. And then basically a vape, the best way to describe it is the device used to transport that nicotine or the addictive substance from the device into your system.
Thank you. So the next question is, what are the concerns of nicotine addiction in young people?
So nicotine addiction in young people pretty vastly differs from nicotine addiction in adults. So nicotine addiction in young people can have a detrimental effect on their development. So it can alter pathways, the way memories are formed. It can alter their short-term memory ability, and it can also increase their agitation, their mood swings. It can have effects on their grades, decreased grades, or withdrawal. They can go into depression much more easy with addiction. And that's not just because they're withdrawing from the addiction, it's actually use of the tobacco or the nicotine product. So you see that a lot more times with youth versus adults. So it does have a pretty good effect on people when they're still in their developing ages. You know, the brain isn't fully developed until around the age of 25. So it can have those lasting effects on adolescents when they start using this type of substance prior to the age of 25.
That's really interesting. Thank you. So the last question we have is, what can community members do to prevent youth vape use?
To be honest, it's just talking. We provide the education and everything, supporting education from resources that are reputable, making sure that is not a resource that is backed by one of the big tobacco companies or one of the big vaping companies, making sure that you talk to your kids if they have questions. If you start to notice that your kids are maybe not wanting to go outside and play the sports that they normally do. They don't want to go hang out with their friends. They're withdrawn in their room all the time. Just asking them, seeing what's up. I mean, I know a normal teenager never wants to talk to their parents, but definitely, reaching out purposefully and seeing, hey, is there anything going on? What's going on? Is there any way I can help? And maybe they actually, really realize that they have an issue. And then maybe at that point, it's the only time anybody's ever really asked them about it. And it could be a good tipping point where you could offer them some assistance and just talking to them about the ill effects of nicotine. And we understand that there's peer pressure and that there's stress, especially with exams and changing of schedules and everything such as that, but just being there for people to support them when they're ready, to seek assistance.
Thank you. That was really helpful. We hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you, Jessica, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Lauren.